Hey, what's up? Alright, okay, so I have about 14 minutes tonight. I don't know why. Probably because I haven't or hadn't uploaded my um, food pictures yet onto my Facebook, but here, let me just fix this right quick. Alright. Alright, perfect. So, pretty much, I just wanted to do or give you guys an update, like an update video of like what I'm doing right now and like what games I'm playing right now and stuff. Just cause like I don't really think about this too often. Like maybe some other people like who like to upload every day. um, but I guess with this, like my hobby, like you kind of, or at least with me, is like I kind of like to put like days of effort into gaming and then be like, hey, like I'm 50 hours into this game or like whatever. But yeah. So just an update. Um, well, pretty much the one thing I wanted to talk about was just like that lull right there. Was just like, so I know I've mentioned it before, probably, but like ever since moving here to the Philippines, hold on, I have to let pop my ears. Right. Ever since moving here to the Philippines, which was in 2017 in September, it's been like 7 years. Or after I got here, I kind of just like chilled, and then I gained a lot of weight during then, and then like 6 years until now is like when I started like exercising and dieting because I was huge at first. Like I was just huge. I was just humongous. And then now is like, I mean, I'll admit it, like I think I'm kind of like an average kind of like guy, like given my age. Not like skinny fat, but like um I don't know, I'm just like average, and then like it's still like pretty annoying like carrying like carrying extra weight or like extra fat on your body. It's still pretty annoying, at least for me, because like in my 20s I worked out really hard right after my dog died, and I felt really bad, and I decided to change myself, and then so I got like a taste of what it feels like to be skinny, and it feels really good, like, to be honest. Um, but yeah, so a lot of what I'm doing kind of like overlaps with like other things, like for example, like losing weight and Survivor. Like when I was watching Survivor in the U.S., I kind of felt like the show was like challenging me, kind of like we know, kind of like, I know this sounds so random, but every time I would watch the intro, it was just kind of like they're all like, "We know you're a big fan, John, and we just want to know if you're able or capable of moving back home or moving out of the U.S. and living kind of like how they do on Survivor." You know, it's not to that extreme here in the Philippines. It's not even close. I mean, like, I have a house and everything I need. But there are little differences too, like what Kelly and Clarence are talking about, kind of like they're not used to working to get their water, and they're not used to working to get their food. You know, you just kind of go to the supermarket. Here they have like kind of like stores where they dispense fresh water. That's how they do it here. And you can still buy uh, Wilkins bottled water, like, but they had mentioned they're so unaccustomed to doing that, or they had just never thought about it. Like, you just feel like you deserve food and water in the U.S., especially growing up there. I wasn't born there, but I grew up there, and I kind of understand what they mean when they say they're not very unaccustomed to doing that. You know, we don't boil our water, like, it's just, some people even drink out of the tap. I don't drink out of the tap, but yeah. Okay, anyways, so now that I'm here, the challenge is just kind of like losing weight is like kind of intertwined into it. Kind of like there are days where I just kind of live off of Filipino food, kind of like rice and ulam. Ulam is just like kind of like the main dish, kind of like either meat or vegetables, and you kind of eat it with your rice. And we don't really have side dishes like um, banchan and stuff like that. We just everything just kind of revolves around the rice, and then in order to make the rice taste good, like you add meat or you add vegetables and stuff. So I've been kind of living off of that. And to be honest, I'll be honest, like, just Filipino food compared to American food, like, I do feel a little bit kind of like, I don't want to say it that way, but like weak or like weaker, kind of like, I know I'm losing weight, kind of, because I'm just so unaccustomed to eating just that all the time, especially given like how big my body is and like my age. So let's just say the rice and the ulam doesn't really cut it for me. Just, I mean, it does. I mean, like, I survive every day, but there are some days where I'm pretty hungry and I want to like eat something good or like something else. Not saying it's bad, but like, anyway, I hope you understand what I mean by that. But like, today I got pizza, like 3 boxes of pizza, and every time I do this, I know I can make it last like at least 4 days. I can make it last maybe 7 days, and I'm just gonna kind of like just eat normally, but then when it's time to like like wind, or not wind down, but like when it's like 8 o'clock, like I'm like, oh, it's Survivor time. Like, I'll heat up maybe like 4 slices of pizza, and then I'll eat it, and then I'll feel so relaxed, kind of like I'm at home, and then I get like a good workout in. Like right now, I'm so glad I did this. I got a 15-pound dumbbell, just a single ones for like one arm at a time, and they're so much easier than doing push-ups, but I kind of do like 20 push-ups, and then I do 20 for each arm, and then I do sit-ups, and then I kind of eat, and then I do another set of all those exercises, and then I'll relax, do another set, kind of like that. Like, and to me, I'm thinking it's like the most minimal thing I can do, kind of like, I call it like granny exercises, and explaining it and like doing it, I'm sure it's not, but like you see those like super rich people who like speed walk in like the suburbs in like Palm Springs, and they have like 5-pound weights, like, and they like speed walk with it. It's so funny to me, and they have like the mister, like the water mister as a visor, like that thing. Yeah, so I should probably give myself more credit, but it's fine. I like to joke about things. All right, and then in terms of video games, I'm still playing Persona 3 Reload. Like, pretty much the game is kind of like divided between battling and like doing like, and like story or like talking to people and stuff. So kind of like you, and I'm following this guide where you kind of do all you need to do with social, and then you go into the dungeon like one night, and then you get everything done in that one night. So like the tower is pretty hard. I mean, like, I'm used to tough RPGs, but Persona, like, they do this thing where, okay, I have 4 minutes, where it's like you have to hit the status ailment or like the elemental weakness, and it tells you what it is after you hit it, but then it's like a guessing game with each new enemy, and it's just like time consuming. And then they expect you to do like maybe 25 floors every time you come in. And it doesn't seem like a lot, like, oh, 25 floors, that's like a quarter, but like, there's so many enemies and they just respawn all the time. And then, like, I'm trying to go at it really slow and get all the treasures and stuff, but sometimes I get so like bored. I just skip the kind of basic treasures and I only go for like the glowing ones or whatever. But yeah, and then I've kind of like played around with like other games and stuff. Like, I was trying to beat Legend of Mana and Saga Frontier 2, and I was like, oh wow, Saga Frontier 2 is so weird. So I stopped. And then there's this voice that keeps telling me, just like, they're like, don't waste your time with LOM, John, and just forget about it. But I actually think it's kind of fun, and like, I'm a sucker for what was for vignettes where it's like little stories within the big story, and then I love that. And like, it's like little vignettes of like stuff, and I'm kind of playing it up until I hit that point where I know I'll probably have a hard time like with blacksmithing and stuff like that, because I'm still using the same basic sword and it's been like 4 hours. So I'm playing Legend of Mana right now too, and Persona 3 Reload, and I'm also playing like Akiba's Trip, which is random. And it's probably one of those games that a lot of guys don't really play, I'm assuming, just because I've noticed they don't really like those super Japanese kind of like dating sim, like pervy kind of games. I don't know why. They just don't really like those, but I don't think it's that pervy. Just because you strip like people's clothes off and they let burn in the sunlight, like, I don't think it's like a perv game. I just think it's like quirky or something like that. It's like a Japanese game. I don't know. And then so I'm playing a little bit of that just because it's easy to play and I don't have to think too much. I'm just doing like side missions and stuff. All right, it's blinking. So I'm just playing those 3 games and I'm watching Survivor Fiji right now. All right, so thanks guys.